And joining in studio now is Mr. James Nelson. He's the CEO of Solar3D Incorporated. SLTD is their stock symbol. Jim, always good to see you.
Good to be back, Don. Thanks.
You know, last time you were on, we talked about the economics of your solar cell, and you say that is kind of a two-part issue?
It is. You know, we finished our prototype, from which we did really well, and we think we produced a lot of power, and we were very pleased with the way it came out. But that's just the beginning. Of course, we've got to be able to manufacture it at cost, because ultimately, what we're trying to do is to reduce the cost of solar electricity so we can make it a legitimate substitute for every other solar cell out there and make it so that the whole world can participate in using solar for electricity.
Now, the last time you were on the program, you mentioned that your prototype was actually exceeding your expectations.
It did. In using the same process of making our prototype with our technology, we made a basic cell with the current technology. Both solar cells produce power and both did really well, but the fact is our solar cell produced 2.5 times as much power as the basic cell. Now, when we end up doing our final version of the solar cell and compare it to the very best cells out there, it's not going to be 250 to 300% the way these cells were, but it will still be substantially more power coming from our solar cell than every other solar cell that's currently being made.
Now, what of course we saw in the program was a demonstration prototype. You've got a manufacturing prototype, and you're planning on doing a pilot run. Now, are you planning on doing that at your facility in Santa Barbara?
No, actually, we've got to up our game here now. You know, our prototype we basically made from scratch by hand, kind of the way you'd make a shoe. You'd fit the shoe to your foot, but when you finally put it into a machine mode, you do it much more efficiently, and we've got to do that now. And we're going to recruit a foundry, hire a foundry to help us go out and make a really efficient solar cell so there's everything that it'll be in mass manufacturing. It'll do two things. One, it'll prove all of the numbers that we've projected in terms of the power and the various aspects of the solar cell that work. And it'll also prepare us for the pilot run, which will allow us to hold up those performance characteristics in the run and make sure we can make it really inexpensively. This will be our chance to really optimize the way that we make the cell.
Wow. Now, once you get through that process, so how do you get to market? Well,
you know, as I've told you before, unlike Solyndra and some of the other companies that have tried to revolutionize the market, we're not planning on doing everything from scratch. We've done the design from scratch, but we've designed our solar cell with existing manufacturing, existing capacity, existing methodology in mind. So we're going to go out and identify a manufacturing partner who will help us be able to make it. See, if we took our design and then tried to implement manufacturing, we'd literally have to do it from scratch. But if an Intel or a National Semiconductor or somebody else like that ends up being our partner, they already understand everything there is to know about manufacturing these devices, and they'll help us get down the experience curve much faster, much cheaper.
Sound business model. Again, Solar3D is the company. Their stock symbol's SLTD. We look forward to more updates from you, Jim. This is great.
Thanks a lot, Don. Talk to you soon.